Hello everyone, welcome to our new lecture. We are learning chapter number 3, that is applied history. In our previous lecture, we have seen the definition of applied history, and we have also gone through the applied history which is used in the various field, to conduct researches. We have seen how applied history is associated with philosophy. What is the relationship between applied history and science, and we have also gone through the relationship between applied history and technology. Now in this lecture we are going to see some of the other fields, wherein the applied history is utilized. So let us start with the industry and commerce. Okay, so the field of mutual social transactions expands with the growth of industry and trade. It also promotes continuous development of the network of cultural interactions. It is an integral part of the industrial and commercial management. So we all know that industrial sector, it is developing nowadays. We want to develop our country, and if we want to develop our country, we want a smooth trade. We want an industry which will definitely impact the economy of our country in a positive way. But we all know that this industry which is present in this time in India, it has been evolved drastically. During the ancient time, we were not developed as an industry completely, and if we were developed, the change which has been taken place in this sector is a very gradual change, very quick change. Now you have seen that whatever methods were used before 10 years or 20 years, they are not in existence nowadays. Before 10 years or 20 years, you have seen that the buying and selling of the product was conducted in a traditional way. But nowadays you can buy a product online, you can sell a product online, you can examine a product online. So the method of buying and selling has been changed now. Now this change has taken place after so many years, and if we want to study how the change has taken place in the particular field of industry or in the particular field of trade, definitely we have to look into the history of these developments. It is essential to understand the history of these processes. We have to look into it, how these processes or how the industrial sector has evolved. The nature of the market and commerce has continued to change. As I have said now, previously the market was a traditional market where we used to go into the shop, we look into the product, we verify the product and then we buy it. But nowadays you can verify the product, or you can just go through n number of products just by sitting at your home. So some years ago the market was a traditional market, it was an offline mode market, but now you will see that we have an online market which is within the reach of our hand. Then commerce has also evolved drastically. Accordingly, the nature of human relationships and the social organization also has continued to change. To understand this development, it is necessary to study the history of culture, social organization, and economic institutions. So if we want to study the change which has taken place in this field, we have to look into the history of this field. We have to study how industrialization has evolved. What type of trade used to be carried in particular regime? Consider the Mauryan Empire or the reign of the Krishna Devaraya. Or how the trade were carried out during the Shivaji Maharaj time. okay अगर हम समझना चाहते हैं कि ये जो फील्ड है, इंडस्ट्रियल फील्ड है या फिर ट्रेड का जो फील्ड है, वो किस तरीके से इवॉल्व हुआ, किस तरीके से इंडस्ट्री का डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, ये अगर हमें समझना है तो उसके हिस्ट्री में हमें झांकना होगा. ओके, now the next field is management studies. In order to understand various factors involved in the chain of production, such as means of production, human resources and processes of production, as well as the chain of market and sales management, etc. It is essential to have a knowledge of similar functional systems of the past. It is essential to understand the psychological character of people working at various levels in the chain of production and marketing for healthy management. In order to achieve it, understanding of the social and economic institutions that support the industrial and commercial processes is important. Knowledge of history in this regard makes the management at various levels easier. Okay, definitely, when we talk about industrial or commerce sector, there comes the labor force, there comes the management. Okay, जो भी इंडस्ट्री सेटअप होती है वो इंडस्ट्री चलती है वहाँ पर काम करने वाले लोगों से, और उस इंडस्ट्री को चलाता है उसका मैनेजर। ओके, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर हम किसी एक इंसान को अपॉइंट करते हैं जो क्या करेगा, उस फील्ड को या फिर हमारे फर्म को, कंपनी को मैनेज करेगा। ओके, अब किसी को भी अगर एक बहुत बड़ी कंपनी या फिर कुछ ग्रुप है लोगों का, उसको अगर मैनेज करना है तो उन लोगों की साइकोलॉजी को समझना क्या है, बहुत ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। उन जो लोग हमारे इधर काम कर रहे हैं उनका क्या बिहेवियर है, उनके क्या नीड्स हैं, उनके पास क्या स्किल्स है, ये सब समझना क्या होता है, ज़रूरी हो जाता है। और अगर हमें नहीं पता कि हमारे यहाँ काम करने वाले लोगों में क्या स्किल्स है, उनके क्या वीकनेस है, ओके, तो हम लोग ठीक से डेवलप नहीं कर सकते अपना हमारे खुद के कंपनी को या फर्म को। ओके, अब ये जो मैनेजमेंट होता है, ये मैनेजमेंट भी इवॉल्व हुआ है। ओके, बहुत ही ड्रास्टिकली लोगों को समझने का जो तरीका है वो चेंज हो गया है। ओके, पहले जो रिक्रूटमेंट होती थी लोगों की कंपनीज में, इंडस्ट्रीज में, उसमें जो स्किल्स देखे जाते थे वो स्किल्स जो है वो ज़्यादा टेक्निकल स्किल्स नहीं होते थे। लेकिन आज के दौर में अगर हम लोग देखेंगे तो टेक्निकल स्किल्स को समझने का या फिर उसको मेजर करने का जो पैरामीटर्स है वो चेंज हो गया है। ओके, नाउ इट इज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग, these are important skills which has to be incorporated within the employee. Okay, but some years ago machine learning was not there, artificial intelligence was not evolved completely. Okay, there was no such concept of programming languages 30 years or 40 years ago. Okay, it was there but it was not completely developed. Okay, there were not developed computers or developed technology, but now we have all these systems, and if we want to run the systems we want a skilled person. Okay, and definitely if we want a skilled person we have to analyze this person. Okay, first, okay, we have to analyze whether the person is suitable or not. Okay, so this analysis, okay, has been changed, and the management of the skilled person is also changed. And if we want to study how the people were managed in the history, we have to study them with the perspective of applied history. Okay, then the next field is arts. Now it is important to understand the development of various art forms with the help of their style of expression and their foundation in the form of intellectual, emotional, cultural traditions. The key to the expression in any art form, emotional temperament of the artist, and the developmental history of the respective art form can be understood with the help of cultural history. Now, this is also one of the important field, okay, important field of research, that is art. अब बहुत सारे आर्ट्स फॉर्म जो है वो इवॉल्व हुए हैं। एंशियंट टाइम में जो आर्ट के फॉर्म्स थे वो डिफरेंट थे, आज के टाइम में जो आर्ट फॉर्म है वो डिफरेंट है। कंप्लीटली हम देख रहे हैं कि आर्ट क्या हो रहा है, चेंज होते जा रहा है। ओके, अकॉर्डिंग टू द कंडीशन, अकॉर्डिंग टू द कल्चरल हेरिटेज ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर एरिया, द आर्ट फॉर्म्स वेरीज। ओके, और हम लोग आर्ट जो हिस्टोरिकल आर्टिकल्स आप लोगों ने देखे रहेंगे, आर्टिफैक्ट्स देखे रहेंगे, हिस्टोरिकल पेंटिंग्स है बहुत सारी ऐसी जिनकी हम लोग स्टडी करते हैं। और वो स्टडी क्यों की जाती है, ताकि हम लोग उस ज़माने की आर्ट फॉर्म को ठीक से समझ सकें। ओके, सो वी हैव स्टडीड वेरियस आर्ट फॉर्म्स ऑफ डिफरेंट eras, okay, and of different regimes. Then the next is humanities. Okay, humanities include disciplines like history, archaeology, sociology, anthropology, political science, economics, etc. Okay, these are some disciplines inside included under a humanity. Okay, humanities part. So those are history, archaeology, sociology, anthropology, political science, economics, etc., etc. Now, to understand the history of the origin and development of these disciplines is an essential part of their learning. All disciplines are supposed to have their origin in philosophy. Okay, what it is supposed that all these disciplines, okay, the all the above mentioned disciplines have originated from a particular field of knowledge, and which is philosophy. Okay, now ancient people all over the world tried to speculate in order to understand the relationship between the universe and human existence. It gave rise to various mythological stories about the origin of this world, the universal order, human life, gods and goddesses, rituals, and their philosophical explanation. Now, roots of philosophical ponderings are to be found in these mythological stories. Various disciplines under humanities have theoretical foundations based on philosophical theories. Only historical knowledge can help us in understanding these developmental stages. So, we know if we want to study the tradition, if we want to study the rites and rituals of different religions, okay, if we want to understand how the earth has been formed into a planet, such a planet where the life has been created, okay, and what are the philosophical explanation behind those formings. If we want to understand all this, we have to take a help of history. Okay, so these are the fields where applied history is used, okay, to understand all these fields. So we have seen the fields like philosophy, we have gone through science, technology, industry and commerce, okay. Then we have seen management studies, arts, and we have seen humanities. Okay, these are several fields of knowledge. Now in this field, these all seven fields which we have studied are important considering the development of a particular nation or the earth or anything else. Okay, so we have studied all this in this lecture. We are going to deal with another point in the upcoming lectures. Okay, so we will meet in the next lecture. Until then, thank you.